All right, you all got your letters to Santa? Mm-hmm. Now you gonna drop them off?
Yeah.
All right, drop them off. All right. You think he'll get it for you?
Uh-huh.
All right, I hope so. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. My name is Kevin and we are in the eBay cave again this evening, and we had a pretty good day of sales today. We have reached our $200 goal and we've exceeded it by a little bit. I think we had one item sell out of the Homeschool Hustler store today as well, but I don't think I'm going to ship it because we have a 2-day shipping and handling on there, and I think I'll wait for tomorrow for that one because I don't want to call the kids down here again because I had to a little while ago. We got a gift from a viewer. Actually, we didn't. The Homeschool Hustlers got a gift from a viewer, and we'll check that out in a little bit. Turner was sad to see the Grinch sweatshirt sold. Got this at the Goodwill, and it sold today. Early on, that reminded me a little bit. I saw somebody say somewhere, I don't know if it was on Instagram or where, they said, hey, eBay's the Grinch that's stealing Christmas. And eBay was having some trouble for sure for a while there, and I even struggled to sell some things for, certain days I struggled to sell. I'd have like 2 sales in like a 24-hour period, and then I'd have like 5 in 10 minutes. So when Q4 started, it was some pretty rough sledding there for a little bit, and I had like 930 items in my store, and it turned out really, really well. We're down to like 770 in the store. I cannot list as fast as things are selling, which is a great problem to have. Things are slowing down slightly. There was like a 10-day stretch where we were averaging $550 in sales every day. I'm kind of happy, I'm glad to have the money. I'm happy that it's slowed down. It was inevitable that it was going to slow down because there's not as many items to buy in that store. Anyway, we had a pretty good day. We sold $263.09, and the Homeschool Hustlers had a great day because they got a gift in the mail. We'll let you see what sold, and we'll let you see what a viewer sent to Reagan and Turner. All right, so join me. Let's take a look. If you're not a really new viewer, you saw a yard sale video, garage sale video entitled something like, I went to a former student's house for a garage sale. And that's true. I went to a garage sale at a former student's house and was buying some things. And this is one of the things we bought there from that yard sale. I think I paid a couple bucks, and it sold for $10 plus shipping. So it's not a huge profit, but it's a little bit. This is really good right here. I need to hear this, y'all. You can stay on the phone with me. Whenever it's the winter time and you're a teacher and there's a little bit of weather coming, you wait for that phone to ring the night before. And so we just got that phone ringing, and unfortunately we have school tomorrow, but it's a 2-hour delay, which means I can stay up a couple extra hours and get some YouTube watching in. Some people haven't watched it in a while. I got a few people on tap. I think I got a lot of Josh on tap right there. Got to watch that one. Little KP Trainham, he always makes me laugh. Cincinnati Picker had a new one the other day. We'll get into that. So I'm happy I get to go 2 hours late tomorrow. Thank you. And to my students out there, when you hear this, you know what that means. That means you have 2 more hours in the morning to wake up and study for that test next week. And I'm sure that's what you'll do. All right, so if you've been around the show, I don't run sales too often, but occasionally I do, and these are on consignment. There are 4 of them that sold to one person, which is really nice. And they sent me a message about combining shipping. I said, just buy them. I'll send you a refund of whatever excess shipping there was. And they bought them up. So these were 15% off what I originally had, and I think I had them between $10 and $12 a piece. And so they sold for around $35, I think. Something like that, $34, $36. And this is consignment, so we're going to go 50-50 with Dirt Road Treasures. And it's been pretty good so far. When we're all said and done, I'll show you how much I made and how much they made on it and let you tell me if you think it was worth it. I think it was worth it for the time I put in. I probably will put in about 8 hours worth of time when it's all said and done, maybe a little bit more. And I'll show you the number when it's all said and done that I'm going to get out of it. Fontanini, if you see it, buy it and sell it at Christmas time. It sells like crazy. I would normally put these things on discount after Christmas, but I don't want to have any left. I want to close the books on a consignment. I don't want stuff to linger and linger and linger. I also did something the other day, and I'm not sure when I'm going to put it on. I went to a golf course that I go to every January, and I know it's December, but I go every January, and I buy their lost and found club head covers and items like that from them, and then I resell them. I used to do consignment, and it was too much of a pain in the butt. I just started writing them a check and taking it. And this time I didn't just buy the lost and found items from all year. I bought some items from the pro shop that they wanted to unload. And so hopefully I'll let you look at that video at some point. Maybe if not on here, we'll put it on the Commonwealth Flipper channel. There's not much to it, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. But for those of you out there who do struggle to source, that's not a bad idea. Call up some golf courses and say, hey, what do you do with your lost and found items that never get claimed? Right now, especially where I live, nobody's playing golf. It's too cold. Maybe, one crazy person out there on the course playing at 40 degrees. This is when they're doing a lot of cleanup work, and they might very well just dump that stuff in the garbage. And if that's the case, they'll be happy for you to write them a check for 50 bucks and to take bagfuls of club head covers. You would be amazed. I've sold one club head cover before, just one. Happens to be a nice one, a Scotty Cameron putter head cover, just one for $45. So now most of them are worth $5, but you can find some good ones in there. So if you have somebody that works at a golf course, or maybe just start cold calling some folks and see if they're willing to do it. It's worth a shot. All right, a couple of Eneman going out, and this is going out to a viewer, going out to Wendy. And Wendy, thank you so much for the kind words, and let me read what you said. It says, these are going to be super fun for Christmas. Thanks so much. Love your channel. Merry Christmas. And Wendy, Merry Christmas to you. This is packaged up so nicely. It's a snow baby, and I don't want to take it out. It's a little snow baby ornament. And we have a lot of these in the antique booths that we have that my wife, that Blue Ridge Mama and Blue Ridge Granny put in there. And this one we decided to sell online here. It's really light, and it sold for $13.56. And we're going to give that money to Blue Ridge Granny. Another Eneman sale, and this I don't think went to a viewer. It was on one of our listings that wasn't attached. I have a listing that is and a listing that isn't. And you'd be like, why do you have multiple listings for the same item? Simple. I want to put different keywords in. So that's an idea that some of you out there can try. I had 1,500 of these things, and I had 3 listings. I had one listing of 2 for 20 bucks. I had one listing for $12.81 that I used different keywords. Gag gift in one. I think I might have used either stocking stuffer or ornament or white elephant. I can't remember. You can make different listings and put different search terms in there, and you'd be surprised how many more sales you get out of it when you do that. If you've been around the show a while, you've heard me talk about these Pecos League baseballs. I make about $4 every time I sell one, and I had 120. No, I take it back. No, that's right. I had 120 of them, and I'm down to a dozen left. And this one sold for $8.40 plus shipping, and I wish I had another dozen of these things because I've made a pretty good penny. I've made close to Actually, I've probably made more than $500 on that purchase. Taken me literally 3 years to do it. But they just sit right there, and every once in a while they make a sale, and it's one listing, and it's so easy. You can't break a baseball. You throw it in a poly bag, and you're good to go. It's another Eneman sale, and I don't think this was to a viewer either. I think it just was a typical kind of stocking stuffer sale of Eneman. I've sold Eneman for years. I usually sell about 20 to 40 a year, and the great majority of those are around Christmas time. So this went to somebody named Timothy. So Timothy, if you are a viewer, thank you so much. If you're not a viewer, you'll never hear this. All right, here is an LL Bean red corduroy shirt. It is a size large, and it's in really good shape. I buy these things when I find them, and I'm like, I know this will sell in December. And almost inevitably, everything that I buy that I think will sell in December, it almost always sells eventually. And so this one, This one was a Goodwill shirt, and so $3.99. It sold for $22.81, which is about a $12 to $14 profit on it, depending on shipping costs on that one. All right, I really can't remember where I bought this thing. If you've been watching the show for a while and you saw me buy it at a garage sale, maybe you can tell me. I can't remember, but it is Denise Austin Tech XL. So I guess Suzanne Summers wasn't the only one making money on this stuff. I don't think I listed it as new. It's got this sticker and a little bit of marker on it, so I'm not sure how I listed it. I'll have to double check, but it sold for $19.95 plus shipping, and I can't remember how much I paid for it or where I got it. And now that I'm saying that, I think this is a viewer. So that purchase, this purchase, and this purchase went all to the same person. Now, it could not be a viewer, but I think it is. So Tammy, thank you so much for your purchase. There's only 3 feedbacks on this account, and this person just bought 3 things. So maybe this isn't a viewer. Maybe this is just somebody new to eBay. But I still have my suspicions. So Tammy, if you're a viewer out there, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll send you the Eneman, this ornament, and we'll send you that Thigh Master as well. This is $21.69 plus shipping, and that's $19.95 plus shipping. All right, here is a hat that we bought. I think this might have came in the Cincinnati Picker lot that we bought off of Cincinnati Picker. And we paid $150 for a whole lot of hats. And I think we're coming close to making our money back already, and we still have a ton of hats left. I still have a ton of hats that I took down to the antique booths. So my guess is we'll turn that $150 into $300, which I typically wouldn't do, because that's kind of a lot of work for $150 to list all those hats. But we got Cincinnati Picker's hat as well, so John was nice enough to sign that for us. We were bidding against Lonnie, and Lonnie stopped bidding me up, and it was Lonnie's idea. Lonnie said, hey, you know, I'll bid 125, or I don't know what he said. He said, hey, I'll bid $140 if you throw in the Cincinnati hat. And I thought, that's a pretty good idea. And I knew we had 1,000 subscribers coming up. And I said, I'll tell you what, if you throw in the hat and sign it, John, I'll give you $150. Lonnie was nice enough to not bid anymore, so we got that and we sent it off to a viewer. And we've been selling off the hats ever since. So we're making pretty good money. This one sold for $9.40 plus shipping. So it's not a ton of money, but it's pretty easy to ship. All right, last but certainly not least, a Goodwill buy right here. And this is a size XL. And this sold for $27.55. Free shipping, I believe. And this is a first-time eBay buyer. So I've had 3 of these lately, where the very first item they have purchased is something they purchased from me. So that's pretty cool, and we'll get this thing sent off. It was $3.99, sold for $27. It will stay under, I think it probably would be over 12 ounces, but it'll be under 16. So the shipping anywhere between like $4.50 and $5.09, something like that. So it'll be a little bit of shipping cost. And then with the fees and costs involved and stuff, it's probably looking at a $13 to $15 profit on it. And so hang around and take a look at what the Homeschool Hustlers got from one of the viewers today. And we can't thank you enough for doing something like that. Nobody out there needs to do that, but we are very appreciative. And as I say, we're always kind of overwhelmed. Blue Ridge Mama, when the kids went upstairs and showed them that they got something, she just shook her head and just, I can't believe it. So it is so amazing for so many people to be so nice to us, and we really, really appreciate it. We're hoping you have a wonderful Christmas season and holiday season, or Hanukkah, or whatever you celebrate. You know, I'll bore you with a little history. So I'm a history teacher, and so when I say Happy Hanukkah, I actually know what the heck Hanukkah is. And I use it as an opportunity to teach my kids about different things and teach them a little bit of history as well. So to all our Jewish friends out there, Happy Hanukkah. And I think it's December 22nd this year. And if any of everybody else can turn this thing off right now, but if any of my students are out there, a little history lesson might help you on one of your tests coming up here. In the 2nd century BC, the Greeks still controlled Jerusalem. If you remember, Alexander conquers in the 4th century, and his descendants are controlling most of that territory, even Egypt. Cleopatra, for instance, was Greek. She was a descendant of one of the Greek generals of Alexander the Great. And so what was going on is Greeks were fighting Greeks for control over Jerusalem. And one of the Greeks from Syria, Antiochus Epiphanes, takes over Jerusalem and desecrates the temple. He's trying to assimilate the Jews into their culture and makes them forces them to, or at least tries to force them to worship Zeus and puts Zeus in the temple. And the Jews wouldn't have any of it, and they fight back 168, I think, something like that, AD, or excuse me, BC. And they are victorious. And when they take the temple back over, there's enough to burn oil in the menorah for one night, and it lasts for 8 nights. Thus the menorah with nine candles in it. You have a candle in the middle to light the other ones. And of course, the Jews are going to maintain that control over the temple, at least, for the next 100 and... They're going to maintain that control over the temple at least until 70 AD. So almost 240 years later, when the Romans have controlled it for a while, they come in and completely devastate the Jewish temple in 70 AD. And the diaspora begins, and the scattering of the Jewish people throughout the world continues. So, at any rate, there's your boring history lesson, and y'all have a wonderful day. See you next time. Hey, y'all. You know, somebody sent y'all something.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. I don't think there's any address or anything on here. Just our P.O. box is all. Homeschool Hustlers. Look at that. They got you something.
I know.
Crazy, huh? All right, well, I'm going to have to put this camera down for just a second so I can use my... Well, maybe I can do it this way. Here we go. Maybe we can see. Watch out. I want to get you. Can you hold it for me? All right. You think you can open it? I guess I should have cut those, huh? Oh my goodness.
What is that? Let's see. Whoa! Yeah, what did you do with it? What is this?
It's a card. Let me have it. Let me have it. What do you think of that, buddy?
I know, it's so cute. Whoa!
Star Wars. Check that out. Hold on. Micro machines. I love it.
Whoa.
Let me see, Reagan. Shopkins. Man, this is an early Christmas present, y'all. Reagan loves Shopkins, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me read this card. All right. It's got a phone number in it, so I don't want to show that phone number right there. I like that card, though. It says, we buy stuff.
There's stuff
Reduce, resell, reuse. Toys, video games, electronics, collectibles, gold, silver, coins. I don't see any names anywhere, y'all.
It's on the back.
It's on the back. All right. A little something for the homeschool hustlers. If it's not their thing, feel free to donate to Toys for Tots or relist in their store. Give them the proceeds. Enjoy the videos. Happy holidays, Patrick. Patrick, thank you. That is so kind of you. And they're not gonna relist these things, are you?
No.
You like it?
Yes,
Yeah?
I love it.
Now maybe we will make a donation of something else to Toys for Tots, but not these, huh?
Yeah.
You gonna enjoy them?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Tell Patrick thank you.
Thank you.
And we wish we had an address or something we could send you a thank you, but we don't. So if you want to leave us a message or send us an email, commonwealthpicker@gmail.com, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Bye.